Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle Carter, Director of Educational Content and Programs at Shape America. So you're thinking about doing a Health Moves Minds event, and that is great news. I'm going to quickly share a couple of event ideas with you today that will help promote community and togetherness despite this very different school year, because really, at the end of the day, it feels good to do good. So all the ideas that I share with you can be found on our blog post titled How to Host a Fun School Event That Integrates SEL and Builds Community. And this is at blog.shapeamerica.org. You'll find other event ideas like hosting an unplugged event, which is my personal favorite, ideas around Random Acts of Kindness Week, which is in February, a Mind and Body Spirit Week, and much more. We also have a lot of different ideas for hosting events completely virtually at healthmovesminds.org. So event idea number one is an obstacle course. You can do this in person or virtually. So any donations that come in would opt in, an individual in to participating in the obstacle course. You can set it at a dollar amount or make it any dollar amount. You would, as a teacher, you would provide a list of challenges to complete, easy, medium, and hard. And you want to take into consideration activities for individuals with disabilities. You want everyone to be able to participate. So if you're going to do this virtually, participants would pick a certain number of challenges they want to complete out of the list that you provided. You would just determine what that number is. So maybe people need to pick 5 challenges or 6 or 7 out of a list of 15 or 10. Participants could pick a day to complete and share pictures on social media. Or you could have everyone participate at a designated time and day and then post pictures on social media when they're finished. To add a level of competitiveness or more different ability levels, you could have, if people wanted to try harder, they might pick 7 or 8 challenges. If they wanted a little less of a challenge, maybe 4 or 5 challenges, and that's completely up to you. They could share their completion times. It could look any way that you really want it to. If you're going to do this in person, you might want to consider having different start times and divide the participants into waves or heats. You may not share any equipment or have any equipment that people touch. If there are parts that might be touched, you may have to provide some time to clean in between waves or heats. Maybe participants, if they can, have them bring their own equipment. You may consider having a staging area where participants can wait while being physically distanced, and they can participate in other Health Moves Minds of activities like a mindful minute or maybe mindful coloring, or maybe they listen to some calming music or do muscle relaxation. So you could really using our educational materials to create different other smaller activities that people can do while they wait. Maybe they journal. You may want to consider doing this on the weekend to have the use of the full day, or maybe it's a during the school day event, only during your PE classes. So really this could look any way that you want. And it could be even a relay type of event. And so we have a lot more details in the blog to flesh this out a little bit more. So prior to the event, whether you do this in person or virtually, you want to implement the educational materials. You would have students work on some of the obstacle course activities on their own and encourage them to set a goal. Then you want to share the why. Why are we doing an obstacle course? So an example would be we are raising money for a new rock climbing wall by having a virtual obstacle course. Or maybe we are raising money for a local YMCA by having a virtual obstacle course. So whatever that why is, whether it be a piece of equipment or a local charity, you want to share why you're doing the obstacle course. You would also want to share with parents what skills you're working on. So again, why is this obstacle course so important? What's special about it in terms of what they're learning? So here comes a connection to social emotional learning around self-management. And so talking about that, they're learning on self-management, specifically skills around self-discipline, self-motivation, and goal setting, which quite nicely align with our PE standards. So again, more ideas in the blog, which brings us to our next event idea, which is field day. So field day, a lot of us already do this or have done this. It would just be super easy by changing the theme. The theme would be Health Moves Minds. And really Health Moves Minds is about taking care of your mind and body. So you're communicating the importance of taking care of our mind and body. You might want to add some additional communication around how we have had a difficult and challenging and different school year, and we really have been forced to think about how we take care of our mind and how we take care of our body, and how that wellness is really important. You could already, you can incorporate your already existing activities and stations, and then add in some Health Moves Minds theme stations. You're looking at our educational materials, maybe there's some games or activities in there that you would want to use. We have station ideas that you can incorporate. You could even think about creating your own stations. Maybe if you had access, you could create a room that is with dim lights and has areas for students to stretch. Maybe they can just listen to some different kind of mindfulness music or soft calming music. They could journal in this space. They could just practice a mindful minute. Maybe they would do some better breathing, but you can make it look all different kinds of ways. Additionally, you could offer at-home field day, and we have a link in our blog. Maybe you want to get families and students engaged in creating stations that would be shared out so that families could try out other stations created by families and students or activities. And then, of course, we want to get people excited on social media, have them share out on social media, share those pictures with your school and community. If you choose to do an in-person field day, here's some considerations. So again, you want to take the same considerations that you would for your regular PE classes. No shared equipment or no equipment at all, providing enough time in between for cleaning. You would maybe want to identify areas at each station for students to participate or where they might stand, and really just making sure you're following the guidelines of your local state, district, or school. And maybe this is a weekend event. Maybe it's an all-day school event so that you can provide more time for physical distancing and providing that time to clean materials if you need to. So I'm going to end with a quote. People coming together as community can make things happen. So a fun event doesn't have to be canceled. Fun and kindness doesn't have to be canceled. And really, you can turn any event into a Health Moves Minds event. Remember, that theme is around taking care of your mind and your body. I hope that these ideas sparked other ideas for you to celebrate being kind, having fun, and overcoming challenges from this very different school year. So please share your ideas with us and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.